They say history is a great teacher. If you have failed in the past, you should learn from it, do better the next time. But the United States missed the memo. After all the betrayals, the double standards, all the failed promises, Washington is once again helping Pakistan. How exactly? By upgrading the country's fighter jets. Pakistan operates a fleet of around 80 F-16 fighter jets. America is going to upgrade them. The decision was announced by the State Department on Wednesday. Let me tell you the key takeaways from that. Number one, the assistance was requested by the Pakistan government. Number two, the total cost of this upgrade is $450 million. Number three, it does not involve new weapons or munitions. And number four, this upgrade is supposed to boost Pakistan's role in anti-terrorism operations. And number five, it will not alter the basic military balance in the region, meaning the Indian subcontinent. Now, that's what the State Department is saying. But beyond that, what is the significance of this assistance? For starters, it is a policy U-turn. Back in 2018, then President Donald Trump stopped military aid to Pakistan. His justification was simple. Pakistan is not a trustworthy ally. They are playing both sides in the war on terror. So Trump decided enough is enough and he cut Pakistan off. But 3 years later, Joe Biden has reversed that policy. He will be upgrading Pakistan's F-16 fleet. The question is why? What has changed since 2018? Has Pakistan redeemed itself in these last 3 years? Far from it. In fact, they doubled down on their betrayals. Just think back to August 2021. The Taliban stormed back to power in Afghanistan, and who was supporting them? The same Pakistan. And 1 month after Kabul fell, Pakistan's spy chief landed there. He held talks with the Taliban leadership. Multiple reports accuse Pakistan of tacitly supporting the Taliban's conquest. And America knew all of this. For a while, it seemed like they had finally understood Pakistan's double game. All the signs were encouraging. Joe Biden did not speak to former Prime Minister Imran Khan. No bilaterals, no summits, not even a phone call. Not just that, he snubbed Imran Khan at the Summit of Democracy. 111 nations were invited, but Pakistan and Imran Khan were not. So just what has changed now? We can think of 3 reasons behind why the US is warming up to Pakistan. Number one, the regime change in Islamabad. Imran Khan was not seen as a reliable ally in Washington. He was closer to Beijing. He even traveled to Moscow on the day of Putin's invasion of Ukraine. But the new regime is different. Shehbaz Sharif is eager to reset ties with the West. Plus, he's got the army's support. Pakistan's army has historically shared good ties with the US. All their weapons, their training, their equipment, all of it came from the US. So the new leadership in Islamabad is a better bet for Washington. Reason number 2, Pakistan's changing equation with the Taliban. Their deep state holds considerable influence over many factions of the Taliban, especially the Haqqani network. The US will be hoping to leverage that influence. And at the same time, militarily, Pakistan is the gateway to Afghanistan. Reports say US drones are still using Pakistani airspace. Remember the strike on the Al-Qaeda chief, Ayman al-Zawahiri? The speculation is that that drone flew in from Pakistan. Last month, the Taliban openly accused Islamabad of sharing airspace with America. It was the norm during the US occupation since 2001, and chances are it continues today. And finally, reason number 3, the perennial excuse for supporting Pakistan, the threat of nuclear weapons falling into the wrong hands. Multiple terror groups are seeking a regime change in Pakistan, and the chief among them is the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, or the TTP. So the fear is that what if Pakistan goes the Afghanistan way? What if terror groups get nuclear weapons? And to prevent that, the West keeps propping up the next best thing. In Pakistan's case, their army. So how should India see this U-turn by the Biden administration? Any upgrade to Pakistan's fleet will have a direct impact on India, especially the F-16s. Just think back to 2019, when Pakistan scrambled F-16s to repel Indian fighters. And with these upgrades, those fighters will become more advanced, so New Delhi will be watching this very closely. And as for the US, they are trying to downplay the importance of this assistance. Listen into their statement. The proposed sale of this equipment will not alter the basic military balance in the region. Now, that message is supposed to reassure India, but the question is, will it be enough? If Joe Biden is seeking a reset with Pakistan, India must be careful, especially when it comes to weapons. You cannot call India a special strategic partner and at the same time arm India's historic rival. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.